What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. And if you've been watching the videos the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been ranking the top 10 Breeders' Cup Classic horses for the Breeders' Cup media poll as we progress towards the Classic. With this video, I wanted to kind of turn my attention to another poll that I vote in. It's the NTRA Thoroughbred poll, and it's the top 10 thoroughbreds in the country. Doesn't matter, going short, long, turf, dirt, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, male, female, doesn't matter. It's just here's the top 10 horses, rank them 1 through 10. So I've never really done a video on this poll, but I thought this would be a fun thing to kind of do, as we saw some action for the Classic last weekend. We also saw some action for the distaff, so I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of the horses that I've ranked in the top 10 as they kind of progress towards the distaff. Talk about a sprinter as well. So let's just pull it up right now. Here are the 10 horses that I ranked 1 through 10 this week in the poll. I will say before I even start, it's highly debatable, right? Like you're comparing different horses, different distances, different surface. If you disagree with it, I don't blame you, right? Like it's tough. It's a very hard task to do. I don't really like how this is structured, to be completely honest. It's kind of awkward voting in this sometimes, but whatever. We'll go from there and we'll kind of go through this. But yeah, if you got a different top 10, just make sure to drop it in the comment section. And I probably won't argue much with it. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe you're crazy. But all right, let's go to number 10 on the list. Maybe I'm biased. My first day at Saratoga was Saturday. Got to go out there. It was a great time to see everybody again. And the best part of it was race 5 on that card was the Coaching Club American Oaks, and Nest won by as many as she wanted to in that race. She dominated and got revenge on Secret Oath, the winner of the Kentucky Oaks, who was able to beat Nest in that race. Not so much this time. Nest put it to Secret Oath early and often in that race, put her away at the top of the stretch. So Nest is at number 10 for me. Got a real good chance to move up as well. So Nest at number 10. If the distaff was today, I really think it's going to be between Nest, the number 10 ranked horse, and Clairiere, who I have ranked number 6. I give the nod to Clairiere right now. Older filly, been in tougher spots, and is really starting to progress. Not a horse that's real dependent on much anymore. I think this horse used to be pace dependent. I don't really think that's the case anymore. I think she's going to come with her run. She's really developed. I saw an interview with Steve Asmussen, and he said, look, last year, Clairiere was half the size of Malathaat. Now, they're about the same size. So I think Clairiere's really grown up, and I think she's going to be awfully tough in the distaff. So for the fillies here going to the distaff, Clairiere and Nest are number 6 and number 10, respectively. We'll see what happens. I believe if Nest continues to kind of progress on the same path she's been on, she might be the pick by the time we get to Keeneland. I mean, she just is getting so much better with each race. Even the Belmont, if you go back and watch that race, probably could have won it, may have won it with a little bit cleaner trip. So, I mean, that just kind of tells you, hey, we're progressing pretty well, because she left no doubt in the Coaching Club American Oaks. So, Nest 10, Clairiere 6. They're going to the distaff, obviously. Number 9, early voting, Preakness winner. I think he's kind of earned it because of that Preakness win. Number 8, Mo Donegal. He was the Belmont winner, and the only reason he's ranked ahead of early voting right now is he beat him in the Wood. Now, Mo Donegal is out the rest of the year, and naturally that's probably going to mean that he's going to fall down the list. But after the Belmont, he was kind of the number 1 3-year-old. He will not end up being that, unfortunately, because of the injury. So we'll see if early voting can kind of get up above Mo Donegal, and then we'll see if Charge It, the 7th ranked horse, can stay above his stablemate Mo Donegal. He had an amazing win in the Dwyer. It's a horse they asked to do too much too soon, and now I think he's kind of developing and growing up, and he may be ready for a huge next couple 2 or 3 starts. I don't know where we'll see him again. Probably the Travers Stakes. There was talk about the Jim Dandy, but I do not believe that's going to happen. Probably going to the Travers, but I have Charge It at 7 based on potential. I think his potential is very, very high. Already talked about Jack Christopher, another Steve Asmussen trainee. Number 5, Jackie's Warrior. I mean, he's been pretty much flawless so far this season. He came into the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year as a heavy, heavy favorite and got beat, but he still was the sprinter of the year because of all of his other wins. Boy, it sure looks like he's building that resume again. they're kind of working backwards from that Breeders' Cup this year and kind of really putting all the, making sure that he's 100% for this year's Breeders' Cup so he can go out there and win that one. But he deserves it right now at number 5. If you watch the Breeders' Cup Classic poll, the top 4 horses in that are the same as the top 4 horses in the top thoroughbred poll. Country Grammar at number 4, the Dubai World Cup winner, coming back now to the United States. We'll see how he does. He's going to run next, hopefully, in the Pacific Classic at Del Mar. The number 3 is Olympiad, and a horse that, if he wins the Whitney, you might be tempted to put him at number 1. He has been fantastic this year. My goodness, he hasn't lost. He's absolutely dominated. The Stephen Foster was his best race yet. Look out for this horse. And like I said, he matches up against our number 2 horse, Life is Good, in the Whitney on the first weekend in August up here at Saratoga. It's going to be a hell of a race. Last year, Maxfield came up here to challenge Knicks Go, and it really wasn't a challenge. I think it's different this year. I think Olympiad comes up here to challenge Life is Good, and I think it's a much closer matchup. So we'll analyze that one all next week. We'll have a wagering guide for that as well. It's going to be a huge day at Saratoga. So Life is Good, Olympiad right there. The reason why I have Life is Good ahead right now, I think he's just a little more a little more talented. And I think back to that Pegasus where he trounced Knicks Go, who was coming off a Breeders' Cup Classic win, won the Whitney last year. And I thought, I still think he deserves to be a little bit higher than Olympiad right now, but that could easily flip-flop. These two are very, very close, I think. So, and then finally, number 1, Flightline. He certainly looks like he breathes different air. We'll see. We'll see if they can keep him healthy. The Pacific Classic is going to be next at 1.25 miles. We'll see if he can get the distance. We'll see if he can stay healthy. If he checks both of those boxes, he's going to probably be number 1 for a while. This horse has got a ton of talent. He absolutely dominated the Met Mile. So there it is. There's the top 10 for this week. I thought I would get this involved. Hadn't done a video on this, but I thought with some other Breeders' Cup races kind of starting to take shape, it's important to do that. So we'll do it. Jim Dandy coming up this weekend. We'll see if it affects anything. And maybe we'll be back next week if we see any big changes in this. So, all right, guys, thank you, everybody, as always, for watching this video. Really appreciate it. And, we'll see you for the next however many we're going to do this week. We got a lot coming up. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.